Hi, I'm Howard Jackson from Open Door Multimedia, and this afternoon I'm recording the newsletter for May 2012. I'm using a new camera. It's a Lumix G3 Panasonic camera, and it replaces a stills camera that I've had for years and years. Unfortunately, it started playing up, so it needed to go. This camera doubles up as a video camera. I'm led to believe that the quality of the film is excellent, but only time will tell, because the camera only arrived yesterday. Problem with cameras like this is that they produce really nice pictures, but the sound quality is rubbish. And that's because the microphones are tiny, and you can tell from the distance that I am from the camera, it's around about 4 or 5 feet. It's very difficult for those microphones to pick up good quality sound. To get things right, you really either need to spend a lot more money, and I'm talking thousands really, and even then the onboard microphones don't produce brilliant sound. So the option is to use a separate recording device, or to buy a camera with XLR inputs that you can plug high quality microphones in and have the microphones close up so that you get the good quality recording. Anyway, today I'm using a lapel microphone, which is probably rattling now because I've moved it, and that's wirelessly connected to a separate recording device. So fingers crossed things will look good and sound good as well. Okay, the last couple of months have been great. Just going to talk about a few films that I've made. First one was for a guy called David Redmond, and David is a consultant in human resources and employment law. He wanted a video testimonial done by one of his clients. That client happened to be Neil Simpson of Simpson Skoda in Preston, so we did the filming up at the showroom. It's a main dealership. We did the filming up there. I did David's film, I did the video testimonial.
And what we like about David, he's got a very, very clean, refreshing approach to employment law.
I also did a film for Neil as well. Everybody very happy, overall quality was really nice, so it was a good day and I enjoyed it. The second area of work is something I've been doing for Wigan and Lee Third Sector Assembly, and that's a new body. It's sponsored by Wigan and Lee Council for Voluntary Services, and it aims to bring voluntary organisations, charitable bodies and not-for-profit organisations together to give the best for the people of Wigan and Lee. So I did a film for Chris Ashton from Wave, and Wave is a domestic violence project that's based in Lee. And I did another film for Ian Tomlinson of Fix It UK. Now Fix It is a training project. It's garage based, so it's very much about garage skills. And that turned into be a really ambitious film, and I was really proud of it when it was finished. Interviews with some of the trainees.
The kids really understood what I said, and also the tutors got along with me very well. And I really enjoy passing on my knowledge to other people.
These interviews with one of the instructors, and I spent a lot of time talking to Ian. End result, great. Ian did the voiceover, and it's a really nice project. Ian asked me to go back and do some photography for his son. His son Jordan has just set up a new business, and it's called Rovers Returned. And basically what he does is he scraps Rover cars and sells the parts. And since the demise of Rover, spare parts for those vehicles the price has just gone through the roof. So good luck to Jordan. I hope things work out in the business. But both Ian and Jordan were pleased with the pictures, and interestingly the marketing company that was doing the work for them were also very impressed with the pictures, so another line of work for me. Next project was to do with horse logging up at Coniston. Horse logging is when they fell trees, they need to get those trees out of the woods or the forest, and they can either do that by tractor or in a more sustainable way through the use of horses. So I went up to Coniston. It was a training event. It was organised by Kate McAleer of the North of England Civic Trust, and it was run under the Heritage Skills Initiative. So very much a rural heritage project, and I'm aiming to develop me sort of a line of work in that area. So I did 3 films. I filmed the event itself. I filmed a conversation with Dan Sumner, who's an apprentice horse logger. And this afternoon I'm talking to Dan Sumner, who's an apprentice, and quite an old apprentice. Now Dan is 44, so he must be knocking on to being the oldest apprentice in the country. But great conversation. British Horse Logging Charitable Trust have actually bought that film off me, and because it's a landmark really. It's a nice film, and he goes into a lot of detail, not only about his learning, but about the fact that he's now moved on to train other people. The final film I did that day was it was a conversation with Janice Wilson, and Janice was on the course. She was doing the training, and she's a Blue Badge guide for Cumbria. So again, a really nice film.
Well, I'm a farmer's daughter, and my father worked with horses all of his farming life, as did my ancestors before him. They were blacksmiths as well.
Moving on, I've started doing some work on marketing and web presence for Open Door Multimedia, and in a way reluctantly I've had to farm some of that work out. I've had to just accept that I can't do everything. I can't be working on the website, I can't be doing the marketing, and I need some external help. So I've recruited the support of a couple of people, Jan Keeney from, and I'll try and get this right, My Local Business Online, and Caroline Jones, who's got two hats. One is St Helens Chamber and the other is Kingfisher Marketing. So anyway, they're both helping me out, and hopefully over the coming months I'll see some real benefits from that. Price was great, so great value for money from both of them, so highly recommended. Looking to the future, I'll be doing some work, fingers crossed, with a distance learning company. It's locally based. I had a meeting with the managing director a couple of weeks ago. He said he wanted to do some promotional films, and he actually sort of quoted the look that he wanted. He wanted something fresh and modern, and he talked about a white background, something I'd not worked on before. So as ever, when in doubt, go to YouTube and see what other people are doing. And there was a film on there, or 2 or 3 films, so I got my head around what I needed to do, and I'll show a little clip of what that looks like. Now the MD was looking for something fresh and modern. I can't do fresh and modern. I can do a bit wizened and a bit antwacky, but you'll see what that looks like anyway. And when you get young people in front of the camera, things will improve dramatically. Okay, the next project is I had a meeting with a business that processes confidential waste, and hopefully I'll be working with them in the next few weeks. Again, a promotional sort of informational film for them. And finally, looking to it with the funeral director who's based in Carlisle. I've had the discussions, got a good idea about where I think the project should go, but it'll need to be a fine balance between one, promoting what is in effect a business, but two, it's got to reflect the values and principles that underpin that business. So it'll be interesting. Moving on to networking, over the last couple of months I've been attending 2 networking groups. One is at the Park Inn in Leigh. That meets every Friday starting at 7:15, and the second one meets every second Tuesday that is, at the Dam House at Astley. Both good groups. If you're interested in coming as a visitor, just give me a ring and I'll make the arrangements for you. Okay, next I want to talk about a shout out for a project that I'm working on with Gronje Cuden. Now, I worked with Gronje many years ago. We lost touch, but over the last few months we've got together again. We're putting on a Spotlight on Presentation workshop. Gronje's background is in voice coaching and presentation skills, so she'll be doing that side of things. I'll be doing the film work. We'll be inviting 6 candidates to come and spend a day with us. We'll be expected to come with a presentation ready prepared, not totally finished. What happens is that they'll present that as soon as they get into the room. There'll be 6 people there plus Gronje and myself, and it'll be, if you like, a team of critical friends, and we'll give our spin on how each person can improve it. So a supportive approach. After the first time there'll be some input about presentation. We'll film it again and film it again. So by the end of the afternoon, people have had the opportunity to really get sort of practice and deliver a good presentation, and they'll go away with a film in the can. That film will be about an issue of their choice, or possibly a personal profile film that can be uploaded to YouTube, and it can feature on their LinkedIn page. Okay, so the date for that is Friday the 29th of June. It's at the Wigan Investment Centre. We'll do that day, we'll learn from it, review it, and hopefully that'll be the first one of a series of similar projects. So if you're new to presentation, a little bit anxious about speaking in public, you'd like to boost your confidence, this is for you. £199, full day's tuition, and you walk away with the film. So great value for money. Right, coming to the end now, I'll just give you a quick update on equipment, which I usually do. So as well as this new camera that I've mentioned earlier, I've got a new new gadget for recording sound. Coupled up with expensive microphones, it's capable of really top quality sound, and it gets away from some of the problems that I mentioned earlier. I've also bought a new pop-up background, which comes in a bag, a 60 centimetre round bag, dead easy to get out of the bag, but practically impossible to get it back in. Eventually we googled it, got onto YouTube, and sure enough there's a film that explains exactly how you get that particular pop-up into that particular bag. So once again, if you ever need any information or ever need to learn something, YouTube's for you. Right, okay, so sound recording device, pop-up screen, and the new camera. And it's great to have access to good equipment, and if you like, the toolbox is getting bigger and bigger as the months go on, so and it's great to have the tools to use. Hope you enjoyed the film. Thanks for watching. If you're thinking about using film in your promotional activities, maybe you want the film for your website, or you're looking to use film in induction and training, give me a shout. We can have a chat. I'll come and see you for a no obligation discussion. So I'm Howard Jackson, Open Door Multimedia, and I'll talk to you in a couple of months.